Hello, how are you? I apologize for the error in pronunciation. Grammys reveals what he really said to Jennifer Lopez during viral moment. Okay, wow, okay. Ben Affleck swears he had fun at the Grammys despite those miserable Ben memes. The actor sat down with the Hollywood Reporter and brushed off how he constantly criticizes viral moments. At a certain point, he explained, "I'm how I am," but insisted he had a good time celebrating music's biggest night with wife Jennifer Lopez. My wife was going, and I tell, well, there be good music. It might be fun at movie award shows. It's speeches and like song mixing webinars. But I tell this would be fun. He began. The internet had a field day when Affleck and Lopez were caught on cameras seemingly in the thief. Will the actor called chalked some of that up to a husband and wife thing. He revealed what he really said to Lopez in that moment. I saw Grammy host Trevor now approach, and I was like, oh God, they were framing us in this shot. But I didn't know they were rolling. I leaned into her, and I was like, as soon they start rolling, I'm going to slide away from you and leave you sitting next to Trevor. She goes, you better think not to leave, not to leave. That's husband and wife think he content. Affleck copped to some Twitter theories and said at the time he didn't know how a performance was. I mean, some of it is. I'm like, all right, how is this act? Like, I don't keep up. My wife does, obviously, and yeah, it is your wife's work event, and I've gone to events and been pissed off. I've gone and been broad. I've gone to award shows and been drunk a bench. Nobody ever no once said I'm drunk, but at the Grammys, they were like, here, he's drunk, afflict, has been open about this struggle with alcoholism added, and I tell that interesting that raise a whole other thing about whether or not it's wise to acknowledge addition because there are a lot of compassion, but there is still a tremendous stigma, which is often quick inhabiting. I do think it disincentives people for making their life better. The Oscar winner wanted to make one thing clear. Too, he doesn't blame ex-wife Jennifer Garner for his alcoholism. Affleck take about how he's become very guarded. Since his 2021 interview with Howard Stern was taken out of context. I had a really painful experience where I did an interview where I was really vulnerable, and the entire pick up was something that was not only not right, it was actually the opposite of what I meant, he declared. During his interview with Stern, the actor said if he and Garner had stayed together, they probably would be at each other's rights. Their rights. I'd probably still be drinking. It's part of why I started drinking, because I was trapped. Affleck said at the time, I was like, I can't leave the case of my kids, but I'm not happy. What do I do? Or what I did was drink a bottle of scotch and fall asleep on the couch, which turned out not to be the solution. After that particular quote made headlines, Affleck spoke out and clarified he didn't blame Garner for his drinking. He emphasized that again to THR. To be clear, my behavior is my responsibility entirely. The point that I was trying to make was a said one, and one has been true. The divorce makes that calculus of how much do we try. We love each other. We care about each other. We have respect for each other. I was trying to say, hey, look. I was drinking too much, and the less happy you become, or whether it's your job, your marriage, it's just that as your life becomes more difficult, if you're doing things to feel a whole that you aren't healthy, you're going to start doing more of those things. Affleck noted. I think I was pretty articulate about that. It was the New York Post how deliberately characterized it in order to make it clickbait, and everyone else then picked it up, and it didn't matter how many times I said I do not feel this way. I'm telling you, I don't blame my ex-wife for my alcoholism. So yeah, it's hard. He continued, but in a way, so Jennifer Lopez tells me today. Relax, be yourself, have fun. You're actually a fun guy. How is real and genius, and you just seem so serious. Do I seem serious? But as in many things, she's really right, and she loves me. She's looking out for me. She's trying to help me. So it's like maybe I ought to bring a lesson to here. Affleck called out how Lopez doesn't have a lot of downtime, so he's staying busy too. But in Los Angeles. The actor how it starts in and directs the upcoming movie said he's being choosy these days on what projects he's picking because of his kids. One of the reason I didn't it was I'm divorced. I share cause today I don't want to go to Austin and New Orleans and Georgia anymore and not see maybe kites. It just doesn't work. These years are too important. Affleck explained he shared daughter Violet 70 and Serafina 40 and son Samuel 11 with Garner. If I miss them, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. And then I thought, okay, well, if I'm in Los Angeles and I'm in an office and I'm doing this work. I can't step out of for the basketball game or the jazz performance. So I protect those things. I love you. Goodbye.